So, to continue with our chapter, now we'll discuss the benefits of interlinking production. Why MNCs connect with other countries for their production. For MNCs, benefits are standard of products produced strictly as per demand of customer. So they can analyze what are the demands of customer and they can produce the product according to their demands. And as the goods produced and sold in one country, the cost of production is less and hence they can sell their products at lower price because their cost of production is low. And better consumer response because goods are produced in their locality. Goods are available in nearby areas, so they can buy it easily, so they give better response. And MNC sales promote. What are the benefits of interlinking production for domestic countries? Means where the MNC has set up their plant, that is domestic country or host country. What are the benefits of MNCs for host country? That if multinational companies set up their units in their country, they provide employment to their people, so employment opportunities are provided to the people of domestic country, and it brings foreign capital and helps in production of foreign exchange. So whenever multinational companies invest, it creates development of host country. Helps in utilization of unused resources. Means sometimes underdeveloped countries are not able to utilize their resources properly because of less capital and less development techniques. So MNCs help them to use their resources in a better way, and consumer or customer gets better quality products at lower prices because MNCs have better techniques, so they can produce good products with their better technology. Increase in country's revenue by way of tax. Means MNCs provide tax to the host country that increase the country's revenue. What are the benefits of market integration for the customer? They get better quality products, and they also get good quality products. Host countries resources are optimum utilized. Producer gets wider market for their products. Customer gets wider choice of products and at lower prices. And they can access to the products which are by foreign companies. Means the products or goods which are sold in world market are in easy access of the host country customers. It also creates feeling of harmony or brotherhood among the countries which are connected by interlinking the market. Restriction in trade among countries. So every country puts some restriction or trade barriers. Traditionally, the countries of world were not smooth for trade. Some were having restrictions and some were not having any restriction. Some countries were very conservative and did not allow the foreign trade freely. They imposed many barriers or restrictions on trade. Such as developed countries, they put high rate of tax Banning export or import is also a trade barrier. By that mean, government can control the market. Banning trade with some selected countries means many times one country bans trade of one particular product. So these are the restrictions which any government can put on trade. Developing countries and World Trade Organization. There are three categories of the countries in world: developed, developing and underdeveloped. So developing countries are not getting fair chance in trade facilities. WTO means World Trade Organization works in favor of developed countries. Developing countries most of times oppose the idea of free world economy and refuses to remove some trade barriers. Like before 1991, Government of India was putting some restrictions on the trade of some products. Why they were putting restriction or trade barriers? It is because industry in developing countries are not equally developed to compete with large MNCs, means MNCs which are producing their products with the better techniques. They can sell their goods at lower prices. Their goods will be better, of good quality and of lower cost. And developing countries are not having such good techniques, so their products will be of more prices or higher prices, and they were not be of that good quality, so they cannot compete with products which were sold by multinational corporations. So to encourage industries of their own country, developing countries put some restrictions. Industry of developing country who bears heavy tax burden will not be able to compete with large producers of developed countries supported by subsidies, means developed countries having subsidies at their products by their government, and developing countries are not getting subsidies. They are bearing the burden of heavy taxes, so their products will be of high prices, so they cannot compete with multinational corporations. So government of developing countries put ban on trade of products which are produced by multinational companies or corporations. Now we'll discuss what are the factors that enabled globalization, how it is becoming easy to trade with other countries. First factor is development in technology. Now technology is advanced. We can send our messages and receive our messages for the trade purpose. We can bring things, raw material or finished goods from other countries because of a fast means of transport, and we can sell our products to faraway countries. We can send our products to faraway countries by fast, speedy means of transport. So technology means development of information and technology and faster means of transport enabled globalization. Liberalization of trade and investment. It means liberalization means freedom from policies of governments. Now every country is liberalizing trade. Government is becoming lenient for the investment of multinational companies because they want that multinational companies come in their country and invest in industry or trade. so that citizens of their country could get better employment opportunities and their country flourish through the taxes that they will get, and their country will be developed. So every country is liberalizing the foreign investment.